Hey everyone, this is the Wealth Building Educator coming back for my first video of the new year 2022. I hope you all had a phenomenal 2021. For the last 5 or 6 years, it seems that every time I come into a new year, I'm genuinely able to say that the previous year was my best year ever. So when we talk about finances, I can easily say that 2021 was the best year that my family and I have ever had. It continues to grow exponentially every year. And the best thing about 2021 is that I was able to start the YouTube channel, and I've been able to help countless numbers of people when it comes to finances. I get people that reach out to me all the time and have questions, and I'm able to provide as many answers as I possibly can. And I see that the information that we have given out on the channel has been extremely beneficial to many people. So for that, I thank you all for your support. And I'm gracious that I've had the opportunity to provide this, platform to others who have questions about finances. Unfortunately, the topic of money is so taboo in many of our communities and in many of our families. We've not had the opportunity to sit down and get the information that we need to change our family tree and build generational wealth when it comes to finances. So for that reason, I'm super thankful for the opportunity that I have been given. So as I said, this is gonna be my first video for 2022. I wanna wish you all a happy new year, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So it's incredible when I go back and I track the previous year's net worth statements that I've done for my family and I. And I will say that, this net worth statement that I recently did on December 31st, 2021 has definitely revealed a lot. Now, one thing I can appreciate about a lot of the content creators on YouTube and across the internet is that a lot of them are transparent. A lot of people who, get the most views and the most subscribers are the ones who happen to be the most transparent ones. And I've had conversations with my wife about how transparent we want to be. At this particular time, we don't want to be 100% transparent, and that may be coming eventually. At this time, we're not there. However, we will be transparent to a point. We'll go over our net worth and tell you how it has progressed, and we will tell you where it has probably progressed the most in the area where we feel that we've gotten a lot of bang for our buck. And in this housing market, that's definitely going to be where it is. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're just going to basically talk about a few things here. So I went back and looked at the very first net worth that I did, and that was January 25th, 2018. And let me just reiterate what net worth is. A lot of people have trouble understanding exactly how you calculate your net worth, and you basically just take your assets and then you take your liabilities, you subtract them. Assets, subtract liabilities, and you have your net worth. Some people say they don't like to necessarily include their vehicles. Some people don't include jewelry and things like that. I don't include jewelry or any of that stuff. I really don't own it. I don't include any personal items. I just include, when it comes to assets, obviously all of our savings and retirement. I include the house, I include the cars, and then my only liability, or our only liability, is the mortgage. So that's how we do our net worth. Assets take away liabilities, and you get your net worth. So the first net worth we did was actually $189,000, and that was in January of 2018. That's as far back as I can remember doing it. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first time I actually calculated one. Then last year, I didn't do a net worth statement for some reason, December 31st, 2021. I wish I would have, but when I did it November 30th, 2020, the net worth was $453,545. And of course, these are all approximate because with the market, it fluctuates all the time. And I just did our net worth December 31st, and it was a whopping $687,362. Now, let me also give the caveat that $70,000 of that came from a home value increase. And net worth is basically, if I were to liquidate all of my assets at this time, what would I get for them? And, the home value last year when I did the net worth statement was approximately 280, which I probably did it on the lower end. Now I'm doing 350, which is still possibly on the lower end. We probably could even go up to 370, and we're not necessarily calculating any commission or anything like that. We're just talking about the straight value of the house. And on the lower end, it's around $350,000. So as you see, the net worth has gone up approximately $234,000 in a year, which is incredible. It's incredible. And I'm very pleased with that. And if it can go up that same amount next year, that would be phenomenal. Of course, the home value probably wouldn't necessarily go up the same amount, but if everything else could continue, we'll be in a good spot. Let me also say that I did not calculate in the suspected increase in the value of our vehicles, because we don't necessarily, I don't believe that the vehicle values will stay as high as they are. I do believe that's very inflated. Maybe a year or two from now, they'll be back to where they previously have been. So if I were to sell the vehicles, cool, but I don't plan on selling them, because obviously if we were to get different vehicles, then we'd be overpaying for those vehicles. So that number could actually be almost 700,000, but I didn't really worry about the vehicle value. So here are some of our financial targets for 2022. So I think it's very important to continue having those monthly budget meetings. And, basically we get paid once a month. The week before we get paid, sit down, I do the budget. I run it by my wife. She tweaks the budget wherever she needs to do it. Then we both agree on what we need to finalize before the paycheck comes in. If we need to have an emergency budget meeting or something, cool, we agree on it. It doesn't need to be anything scheduled. It could be impromptu, and we go from there. Okay, the second target is basically continuing to allow personal money for each of us. That's how we do it. All the money goes into one pot. We each get our personal money that we do whatever we want with it. No questions asked. It's our quote unquote blow money. So that's how we do it. 3, continuing to have sinking funds. And we have the sinking funds. Actually, the Roth IRA sinking fund is basically you put $1,000 a month into a brokerage account fund with Vanguard. At the end of the year, you take $12,000 of that and you sell it off and move it into the Roth IRA, $6,000 each, which is what we just did with Fidelity yesterday. It's not going to kick in until tomorrow, but we have fully funded our 2022 Roth IRAs. So, yep, that's basically where we are there. And we're going to do the same thing by doing a sinking fund for our 2023 Roth. And we're also going to do sinking funds for our home insurance and car insurance. Of course, we're going to max out our Roth IRAs, which we already have done for 2022. So we're definitely pleased with that. We're going to max out our 403B accounts. Now, previously it had been $19,500 each. This year they have increased it to $20,500. So we're going to be maxing those out. I believe it's like $1,709 a month that comes pre-tax off of our paycheck. So it's something that we don't even miss because we never get it. And it also decreases our tax liability for the current year. Max out our HSA. Once again, HSA is a phenomenal benefit. Some people will say it's actually a better retirement plan than the Roth IRAs because of the triple tax advantage rather than the double tax advantage. And we can go into that in another video, but for now, that's definitely part of the financial plan for 2022. I also want to invest $15,000 into a Vanguard brokerage account. Well, we actually have the brokerage accounts already, but get an extra $15,000 to $20,000 on top of that. And my goal part-time is to sell at least $2 million in real estate as a part-time real estate agent. Last year, I did about 1.3. The year before that, I did about 1.1. So far, we got about $750,000 on the books for the early part of 2022. So it's looking pretty good right now to hit that $2 million. And we'll see if we can get there. We have a summer cruise that's coming up. That's quite a bit. And of course, we want to cash flow that. We don't have to, worry about borrowing money for that or anything like that, and not taking money from an emergency fund or brokerage account to do that. So that will also be part of a sinking fund. Put that money to the side each month. Once we get enough, keep it there. Use the best possible credit card that we can use to get as many points as we possibly can for that cruise. And that's going to be part of the next plan, number 10, get under 524 to qualify for a Chase credit card. So if people don't know what 524 is, and I'll probably be doing another video about that separately, but 524 is basically Chase has an algorithm or something where they will not approve you for their cards if you have opened up 5 accounts in the previous 24 months. I'm kind of on a brink right there, and I'm trying to get under that. So I have not been opening up any accounts for quite a while now, and I'm just trying to get below the 5 new open accounts within the previous 24 months, because they have some phenomenal credit cards that have great sign-up bonuses. And I think having a card that is available to purchase the remainder of my cruise will be a great opportunity. I do have the couple of American Express cards that periodically will give you $100 back off of a $500 purchase with a Carnival cruise. So whenever I look out every month for that, and whenever that $500 incentive or the $100 incentive for spending $500 on a Carnival cruise comes available, I will contact my travel agent and tell her, hey, I want to put $500 on a cruise. So it's really like I'm paying $400 for $500. So if I can combine that with a really good offer from Chase, then that would be phenomenal. So that's one of my goals. So the ultimate goal for 2022 financially is to get the net worth of $875,000. And I will even be pleased if I can somehow, if we could somehow get it to $900,000. That, because the ultimate goal is to have that $1 million net worth by the end of 2023. And if we can have a really good 2022, that'll make it a lot quicker in 2023 to get to that $1 million net worth status. So, you know, we are super, super duper excited for these opportunities. I believe we will continue to grow our net worth and continue to, you know, be role models for others. And I'm excited about the direction that the YouTube channel is headed as well. You know, I'm at about 820 subs right now, and we're just trying to get to 1,000. We want the exponential growth. I really appreciate everybody's support, the kind words, everybody reaching out and subscribing to the channel. Please continue to share this content. We are going to have a phenomenal 2022 across the board. We all in this together. We need to lift as we climb, continue to get better, continue to encourage each other to do the best that we can each and every day. And I appreciate you all. Have a phenomenal 2022.